Ready?
Yeah.
Set?
Go.
Go. Hello, and welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're at episode 4.
Episode numero quattro.
Quattro.
I can still count that high.
Thank God. I apologize for the delay of podcast.
My bad.
We had some technical difficulties last week, and Dominique was moving
Yes, I am no longer moving at all.
because she already moved,
I did. I moved.
and her sweet little place is so sweet and little and nice.
I love it. I'm enjoying myself. Got like a whole sunroom to myself.
You do. A
I got
living room,
living room.
a bathroom of your
A
own.
bathroom to call my own. Oh my god, it's great. Me and Dana went furniture shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Thrifting.
oh yes, we took advantage of our local Goodwill and
Another local thrift store.
another local thrift
Dawn
store.
found it
Dawn found it
in Bayville, New Jersey, or technically Beechwood.
Technically, yeah.
Amazing. 5 stars on Yelp.
Don was great. He did find it. He found a lot of it.
He helped you find it.
He helped. He was there
He
more
nudged
so
you.
for like moral support.
Yeah.
Like we were like, okay, we want this, and he was like, all right, you need help moving it? That'll be $25. And I was like, Don, thank you.
Not to move it, but
No,
for the
actual
furniture.
For the actual furniture.
What did you get at Dawn Found It?
At Dawn Found It, I got a wicker table.
You sure did.
I
A white wicker table. A
fucking-
beautiful wicker table.
Beautiful fucking white wicker table that comes equipped with wheels.
Mm-hmm.
It's mobile, bitches.
The top turns.
The top turns. Like you could just, it goes, you know, how do you describe a top turning? It is what it is. The top turns.
It's a rectangle that swivels
Yes.
on the top,
Yes.
and it's kind of like a Lazy Susan,
Mm-hmm.
but with a tabletop.
Yeah, I just gotta clean that. I might repaint it, but it's not even that.
I don't think you should.
I don't
I
even
think you
think
should
I
leave
need
it how
to.
it is. It's worn. It's loved.
It
It's
served its
homey.
purpose for someone else, and now it's going to serve its purpose for me.
Exactly.
And that's just the circle of furniture life, I guess.
Can we talk about how you manifested a medicine cabinet at Goodwill?
Yeah, because I don't have any cabinets or anything for mugs downstairs. So me and Dana were thinking, we were like, you know what would be great? Just like a medicine cabinet. Just like something you hang in the bathroom with like a couple shelves in it. And I was like, that's great. And that was like at the beginning of our like little like expenditure trying to find furniture.
Exactly.
And then
Just brainstorming.
Basically. And then as the day went on and the more stores we went to, like we got a lot of good stuff, but we were at Goodwill and I was like, yeah, we got a bunch of great stuff, but I still need like a medicine cabinet. Like I need something because I bought utensils and shit.
And we were standing right in front of her $1 coffee table.
Oh, Dana, please. That is a story that deserves its own
Its
spotlight.
own after this one.
Don't you agree?
Let's not jump too far.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Miss Dana Renette.
So
We looked down after like me being like, yo, I really need a medicine cabinet still. And there, lo and behold.
Dominique turns around and there on top of it was this like tiny little Easter basket type thing. And she like picked it up and like kind of threw it. And then goes, Dana, look. And picks up the medicine cabinet and goes, I manifested this. And I was like, you sure as fuck did. It's yours. And she was just like, yes, it is. And we brought it up. And then we purchased everything. And she spent $14 in total.
Yeah, that's the least amount of money that I spent that day at a store. $14 motherfucking dollars.
And you got those beautiful placemats.
Oh yeah, just like a bunch of identical placemats for like 99 cents each.
And then you got that beautiful flower pot vase thing.
Like
Pitcher,
teapot, majigger
yeah,
guy.
It's just like a ceramic painted water pitcher.
We're going for florals here, guys.
We're going for country chic, okay?
But yeah, like, and not to mention my coffee table, like, it was $6, so we were already like, hell yeah, let's fucking go. And then Dana brought up the tag to scan it, because, you know, you're not going to bring a whole fucking coffee table over to check out.
I was really worried about how that situation was going to
plop it on the counter. Yeah, that'll do it. But, yeah, he scanned the tag, and he was like, and Dana was like, it should be $6, and the dude was like, well, it's coming up $1.
And
we
I'm not going to change it.
We were just like, stopped in our tracks for a good, like, couple. I'm still talking about it. That happened, like a couple days ago, and I'm still raving about this fucking coffee table, okay?
I'm still raving about it. Literally, I kissed Dominique on the cheek as soon as he told her that it was $1. I was like, congratulations. Mwah.
It was a beautiful, beautiful moment.
While we were talking about Goodwill, can we talk about the experiences that we had that day, just with humans in general?
Yeah, everyone wanted to, like, just, like, interact
with us. So while we were at Goodwill, we were waiting in line with our manifested medicine cabinet.
I was standing there, my arms were starting to get tired.
We just hopped online, and this man who was wandering around the store, I saw him earlier, he caught my eye, and I was like, there's something weird about you. And now, I'm not judging, I'm not trying to be rude. He was just like a little off.
He got a weird vibe from him.
Yeah, we got a super weird vibe from him. We get online, and we are behind a like middle-aged couple, and he comes behind us and starts yelling at the man in front of us, thinking that he was saying something about him.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey man, you got something to say?
Yeah.
Why don't you say it to my face? And the guy in front of us was not noticing him at all.
Like no form of acknowledgement. No. I think he was like talking to his wife, like not even looking at this guy, totally in the opposite direction of this guy. Like, I don't know where he got the notion, like, that he was talking about him.
Yeah. And so I, in my deepest heart, tried not to laugh because it was just such a weird situation that I was like, I'm gonna laugh.
And then I looked over at Dana, who was laughing, so naturally,
and then
I followed suit.
He, from behind us, noticed that we were having a hard time holding it together.
Oh my god.
And he quietly goes, sorry, ladies.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, oh no.
And then we noticed that on top of the shelves of the thrift store while we were waiting in line.
Oh my god.
They had about like 6 fucking copies of Titanic.
On cassette tape?
On cassette tape. Like
VCR, 2 tapes per container, because the movie was so fucking long that it had to be on double cassette tape. 6 of them on the shelf.
6, and not even like all together. And there would just be like 3 like on one shelf, because there was like 6 shelves lined up against the wall. There would just be like 3 on one shelf, one on its side on top of like another one a couple shelves down. They're just pretty. It was scattered. It was a nice scattering of the world's greatest.
A majority of them were like nicely together on that one shelf up at the top.
Oh yeah,
but just it really, really stood out. That light blue really caught my eye.
Very, very catching. Fun fact, Titanic came out the day I was born.
Oh my god, congratulations.
December 15th, 1997.
Remember that. Buy her a birthday present.
Please. And my mom took me to fucking see the Titanic in movie theaters, like when I was a newborn. And I'm like, oh my god, I was that asshole.
Oh my...
I was that asshole baby. Who wouldn't shut the fuck up?
Oh my god. Your mom was dedicated to seeing Titanic. The fact that she brought a newborn to see Titanic. She was like, I'm not missing this.
Well, like, you know, my mom's like a big like history buff.
Okay.
Not at all. I don't know why she would do something like that.
She just wanted to see Titanic and didn't have a babysitter. And she was like, well, she'll sleep.
I didn't. She had to take me out halfway through.
You're in a movie theater. It's loud and you're a newborn baby.
I have no, like, concept
You don't know what sound
is going
is.
on. I don't even know what I am.
Your brain doesn't fully work yet.
There's really nothing. It's a peanut.
Yeah.
I was a peanut.
Basically.
Still are. I'm still a peanut.
You're just a fucking nut.
I've evolved from peanut to just...
Well,
cashews.
Speaking of first times, your first time at a movie theater.
That was my first time ever at a movie theater.
Let's talk about some of our firsts.
Oh, yeah.
I have compiled a small list of firsts that we can bounce on. And we can talk about our first jobs.
First jobs. What was your first experience in being a part of the working force of America?
My first job was at Jenkinson's Boardwalk. Name drop. What's up? Don't sue me. I'm not slandering you. I love Jenkinson's. I worked there for 4 summers. It killed me inside. It's a lot of hard work, and I personally believe everyone should work on a boardwalk for a summer because it really just gives
humbles you.
Yeah, I can't even tell you the horrific things that I've been told and been called by customers because I wouldn't let them return something.
I mean, you could definitely tell us.
Okay.
Tell us.
My number one story of, like, this is the worst I think I've ever been treated by a customer.
Mm-hmm.
This guy came into the store once, and he wanted to return swim trunks that he had purchased. And I am using finger quotes for purchased. So he comes in. I don't really acknowledge it. I just assume he's just like a regular customer until he comes up to me.
Yeah.
And he comes in. He comes up to me with the old swim trunks and then the new swim trunks.
Okay.
And he goes, "Hey, what's up? I bought these swim trunks 2 weeks ago, and I don't have the receipt, and I don't have the bag for it."
His first mistake was trying to return something in the first place. Can we please explain, like, the setup of your shop?
Okay. So my shop, I'm not gonna say the name of the shop just because I don't know. I don't want...
We're getting too specific.
Yeah, I don't want people who work there to be like, "Oh God, you're talking about our store. Oh no." But like, no one probably cares about it. So in our store, we have a no returns, no exchange policy. It is a boardwalk-wide policy. Almost every store on the boardwalk has it. It really just hits home for some people because they think that doesn't exist.
Even though there's like 10 signs like per store, just being you do not accept return.
We would literally, on the register, we had a sign that said it.
Yeah.
Big and bold. And then we would tell it to people whenever they bought clothes, like to make sure that they have the right size. We don't do returns. Are you sure it fits? They'd say yes.
Yeah.
And then they'd come back 5 minutes later saying, "I'm sorry, this doesn't fit. Can I get a bigger size?" And when I say no, they get hurt.
So this guy comes in
with his swim trunks, and he goes, "Okay, so can I return this for this?" And it's like the same swim trunk, just different size.
And he's like holding both like swim trunks, like each over its own sign that says "We do not
basically
returns or exchanges."
And I was like, "Do you have your receipt?" And he was like, "No, I don't have the receipt." And I was like, "Well, then no, I can't do it for you. I'm not supposed to do returns anyway, so I super can't do this now." And he immediately got very defensive and just like was like, "This is ridiculous. This is unfair. You cannot do this." And I was just like, "Sir, it's boardwalk policy. I have nothing else I can do for you. Like, you don't have the receipt. I have no proof that you actually purchased this. You brought it in the wrong bag. Like, not even our bag." And so he gets very, very mad. And I was just like, "I'm sorry, sir." "Okay. I'm so sorry about that, Cricket."
He's just like cheering us
He's
on.
just going tonight. It's humid.
Sorry, guys.
So he gets very mad and defensive, and then he ends up like kind of storming out of the store and telling me off and telling me that I am disgusting, that I should be fired, that I am not good at my job, and that I am ripping people off. And he kept trying to ask people in the store
Yeah.
if he was right or if I was right.
People really go for the throat when it comes to like
Yeah.
their like
And
beach
so
accessories and
I got to
attire.
the point where I was like, this guy isn't going to stop. I have to go get my manager.
Mm-hmm.
So I go and get her, and like while I'm in the candy shop, I'm just like freaking out, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, dude, like this guy is yelling at me, like he's telling me I'm disgusting. He's like trying to return these shorts, like all the stuff, and she was like, do you want me to call security? And I was like, yeah, honestly, because I was terrified to go back in there. I didn't know what he was gonna do.
Yeah, like this like old man is like hollering at you over like swim trunks.
Yeah.
Like, he'll snap for a very little morsel
Yeah.
of something to snap at.
Yeah. So we wait for security, and then we walk in, and then while we walk in, he is trying to talk to people, trying to convince them that he is right.
Probably didn't even realize you left. Still going on his fucking...
Yeah. And then oh my god. He ended up talking to my manager and then calmly left. Well, he slowly put up a fight, but then the security guard was just like, dude, you gotta get out of here. Like, go.
Yeah.
But...
Was he alone?
Yeah, he was alone. But the icing of the cake of when I was first talking to him was when he called me disgusting, he threw the shorts in my face.
You're disgusting! And just like a nice like...
A nice toss into my face, and I caught it.
Oh, you caught it?
Oh, I caught it. I caught it midair.
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
And I started folding them, and I was like, thank you, sir, have a nice day. And I like started folding it. And then he like went to come back in and was like, let me tell you something. Let me blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, all right, do you want me to get my manager for you? Because like, there's nothing else I can do. And he was just like, yeah, go get your manager. And I was just like, okay, let me go get her.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
People are just the worst.
Yeah.
When you have to work with them on like your dynamic is customer and service worker. It's like, dude, I used to work at conveniently priced Mexican eatery.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a good like stint there for about like 2 years or so. But I remember this one time I was working on the cash register, and I had this lady come up to me, and she just started going off about how disgusting the dining room is, how it's disgraceful that it looks like that, how I should do something about it, just giving me a really, really hard time. And I was just like, oh my god, like, I'm so sorry. Like, she just had me feeling like I just, like, ruined her dinner and all the dinners that she would ever have after that, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I just, like, put a, like, sour taste in her mouth for, like, the rest of her life. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm sorry. Like, I'll get my manager. I'll see what I can do to, I don't know, make your life less miserable in this moment. So, whatever, I get my manager, and, like, he starts talking to her, and, like, you know, she starts off, like, really animatedly talking, like, she's, like, at the far end of the restaurant. Like, I can't even hear what they're saying, but she's, like, waving her hands around, but as he talked to her, she calmed down.
Yeah.
My manager comes over to me, and I'm like, well, is it all good now?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, she just was telling me that she was having a really bad day.
Okay.
And she just wanted someone to be mean to.
That is horrific.
Yep.
Just like, you did nothing wrong at all, and she was just like, I want to be mean to you. You look like you're minding your business, doing your job, just making minimum wage, and I'm gonna give you shit and traumatize you and make you cry yourself to sleep tonight.
Get up on this fucking counter, squat over your cash register, and shit all over it. It's basically what.
And then I want to watch you wipe it up with a wet rag. Like, She just wanted to watch you suffer, and
She
that
literally I was the vessel for her rage.
I hope she never has kids.
She was an elderly lady. I'm sure she had plenty of kids.
Oof, they're traumatized.
And I hope they're not out there abusing some other like fucking innocent restaurant.
just
service
innocent
worker.
bystanders.
Innocent by anyone. Just relax, guys.
So on the topic of first jobs,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever been fired?
Kind of.
Yeah.
And I was actually like semi sort of let go from my first job.
Oh, okay.
My first job was like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could say Taco Bell, like whatever.
Taco Bell sponsor us.
I've worked at multiple conveniently priced Mexican eateries. I'll be honest with you, that's just my calling. It appears. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, Taco Bell was my first job. I was 14 when I got hired,
Okay.
but like when they were interviewing me, apparently legally they can't ask you your age. So my manager thought that I was a lot older than I was.
Oh shit. Okay.
So when I came in and started filling out like forms and stuff,
Mhm.
he noticed me like filling in my birthday and like stuff, and he like slowly like kind of looked confused, and it looked like he was kind of slowly piecing it together.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of like, "Wait, how old are you?"
Mhm.
And I was like, "I'm 14."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Okay, wait here." And he like left the office. I think he was making a phone call or something. He came back into like the little back office
Mhm.
that I was filling out like digital paperwork on
Yeah.
the computer. And he was like, "Okay, so here's the deal. Legally, I can't ask you how old you are during an interview. I didn't realize you were so young. You have to be like minimum 15 to work at Taco Bell. So here's the thing, like, let me know when you turn 15.
Oh my god.
And I think it was like September at the time
Yeah.
or something like that. So my birthday's in December. I had like a couple months out. He's like, come back when you turn 15. You know, like, the job's yours.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So I came back at 15. I started my job at Taco Bell. It was great. I mean, I really liked it.
Was it?
I liked it. I mean, like, I worked a lot. They scheduled me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed, even though I was only working probably like 20 some odd
Yeah.
hours a week, but like, they were long hours, you know, like I would work like 3-4 days out of the week, and I would work from like right after school until like as late as they could have me, which would be like
8 o'clock.
10
at
o'clock.
night, Yeah.
I think legally, or 11 for when you're like that
on
young.
school nights it's like 9, I think.
Yeah, and I remember I only put in that I could work weekdays
Mm-hmm.
because weekends I spent with my dad, and it was just like too far away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just seemed like I worked a lot. I was working late hours, and it was even kind of like a long drive from my mom's.
Yeah.
But whatever, I liked it. They fed me.
Oh, that's good.
They fed me. Yeah, I got a half an hour break every
Okay.
shift.
Okay.
And I could order anything off the menu if I wanted, but you could only spend a certain amount.
Oh, okay.
But you still got a discount, so
Yeah.
you know there was some leeway there. But I ended up bringing my meals from home majority of the time because I
Yeah.
figured if I was eating Taco Bell like all the time, like
You
and-
want to die.
oh yeah, absolutely, I would just
Taco Bell, we love you. Please sponsor us.
please
but
sponsor us. But like
our bodies can't handle it all the time.
like I love that pain. Don't get me wrong.
I love your nachos.
I'll put myself through hell for you guys.
And those Doritos Locos Tacos.
Oh yeah,
Fuck me up, daddy.
put myself through hell for that Taco Bell. Copyright 2018.
Put that on a
Dominic
t-shirt.
episode. So yeah, one night they had me working the drive-through, which was like fucking nuts because like the Taco Bell that I was working at, their drive-through does not stop.
Oh, God.
Like they call, like when you work the drive-through, they call it like the prison cell
Okay.
because you will not move from that like square area for like the entirety that you're
Oh,
working
my God.
drive-through.
Okay. Yeah.
But whatever, I liked it.
Okay.
It was a good first job.
Okay.
They taught me to be very courteous to people. They taught me how to like keep on top of cleaning, how
Mhm.
to prioritize things, and I got a really good work ethic out of that experience. But the problem came when they started like being open later.
Uh-huh.
So like, you know, I would like usually like call to get my schedule
Yeah.
instead of like going in and taking a picture because it was a far drive. So I would call and be like, hey, when's the next time I'm working? And then the next time I was working, I'd take a picture of my schedule for the week.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So one time I called after we extended like our hours later,
Okay.
And I called to ask for my next day I was working, and this was like in April, so I was probably working there, December, January, February, March, April, 4 months.
Yeah.
And I called to get my schedule, and this is where I find out my manager tells me, you're not on the schedule for this week. And I'm like, oh, why? And my manager, because there was a couple managers, this was the girl manager, she was like, well, you see, the thing is, like, we're open later. We need people for later. You can't work on weekends, which is when we would need you, and it's just not working out. You're not on the schedule anymore.
That's like the worst way to fire somebody.
Literally over the phone, I had to call because I was looking to see when I was working next, only to find out there wasn't going to be a next time I was working.
That's absolute trash.
Yeah, so that was shitty, but...
That's basically what that other fast food restaurant was doing to me.
Oh, yeah, the conveniently priced Mexican eatery.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was the first time I ever got fired, I guess. Like, let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first time was recently. It was less than a year ago.
Yeah.
It was in December.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at Michael's Craft Store.
Yep.
My favorite place in the entire world.
God, it's a wonderland.
Don't even get me started. One of the best jobs I've ever had, honestly. Like, I enjoyed myself so much. I loved going into work. I loved the people that I worked with. I loved the people that came in.
Yeah.
Like, I rarely had I don't think I ever had a bad customer experience while working at Michael's.
How could any customer be unhappy while in that wonderful place?
A woman went out of her way to find me in the store one day to thank me for helping her on the phone.
Oh,
and I was
so
just like,
sweet.
Yeah, it literally like brought me to tears. I was like, oh my God, you literally didn't have to do this. And she was like an elderly woman.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, you didn't have to like find me. Like, but yeah, she went out of her way and she was like, thank you so much for taking your time and talking to me on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate like you letting me know exactly where it was and you giving me options of what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, no problem. Like, I didn't know exactly what you wanted, so I wanted to give you all of the options.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, no other person has ever done that for me. Thank you so much. And I was just like, not a problem, girl. Have a great day. And like, I wanted to hug her so bad, but I felt weird about it.
Yeah. Because there's still that, like, employee customer barrier that you don't want to... Yeah,
but, like, sometimes you just have to, you know?
I understand. And that's how the elderly should act towards
agree.
Employees.
I agree.
Just for the record.
She treated me with very much respect, and it was really, really appreciated.
Very good.
But, yeah, my first time getting fired was with Michael's, and it literally ripped my heart out. Like, I was so upset.
Yeah.
It was a seasonal position.
Mm-hmm.
It was wintertime job, so I started in September.
Yeah.
And then I entered in December. But the reason they fired me was because of my migraines.
Always the fucking buzzkill.
And I wasn't apparently signing up enough people for Michael's rewards.
Oh,
But I think that's a little bit bullshit. I think they were upset that I had to keep calling out because
more so than
I was literally crippled.
Yeah. Chronic pain, dude.
It gets ya.
It's really fucked up.
It be like that sometimes.
It do, in fact.
Yeah.
Like that sometimes.
So have you, when you were in school,
yeah.
Did you ever get sent to the principal's office? What was your first time getting sent to the principal's office?
My first time getting sent to the principal's office, like actually like having someone be like, you, principal's office, now. It was in high school.
Really?
I made it it to high school without getting sent to at least to my, like, remembrance.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that, to my memory. If my memory serves me correctly, I believe it was in high school.
Okay.
I think it was freshman year or sophomore year.
Wow. Okay.
It was during lunch, and you know, like high school, like we had like those benches that we sat at for lunch. It's just like long rows of benches.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, you have like your group of friends, but you're sitting next to another group of friends.
Yeah.
So my group of friends sat next to this group of like guy friends.
Okay.
And they were like pretty rowdy. So one day at lunch, there was just like an open water bottle just like chilling on the table.
Oh God. Okay.
And one of the guys was like fucking around and he knocked it over all over my phone.
Oh no.
So like I just kind of like looked down at my phone and like looked back up at him and looked at the water bottle, and I don't know why, but my instinct was to grab the water bottle,
throw it at him,
and splash the remainder of the water on his face.
Yes.
And I just instinct, like I don't even know.
Yeah, it was just like a fuck you.
Yeah,
like my phone.
Come on, man, my fucking phone. I'm a high schooler. That's all I have in the world.
It's all I care about.
But yeah, and he just kind of like looked shocked, and at that moment, a teacher, like one of the teachers that would just like supervise the cafeteria and walk around just to make sure no fights broke out or anyone splashed water into another student's face or anything like that.
Oh yeah, no.
You know, just do your job.
Everything's chill and normal.
Rounds the corner, saw literally that moment of me.
Of course.
Yeah, and she was like, you! And she pointed at me, and you pointed at the kid. Principal's office. Now. So, you know, you have to do that walk of shame.
Yeah.
And I was, like, we were far back from, like, the, like, exit of the cafeteria.
Yeah.
So you have to do that long-ass walk of shame out of the, like, you know, following the teacher. You look pissed. Everyone's pissed. And then everyone around you knows that, like, something just happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got sent to the principal's office, and we just kind of had to like sit it out.
You didn't get in trouble?
I think the vice principal came out. One of the vice principals came out to talk to us.
Of course.
Someone came out to talk to us, and they were like, "So like, what happened?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "We were just messing around." And like, I looked at me and the kid were just kind of like staring at each other because we both didn't like neither of us wanted to get in trouble. And I was like, "Listen, buddy. If I go down, you go down, you go down, I go down. So let's both try to fucking
dead ass. Let's make this work."
Like just like without even saying a word, it was just like this like moment of like communication with our eyeballs, and we were like, we're just friends. We were just joking around, and he was like, yeah, we were just like joking, and he was like, okay, just wait until lunch is over and you guys are free to go.
Oh my god!
And that was it.
All right, harmless.
Other than me like missing school a bunch and having to be talked to about that, that's the only really time I got in trouble. And then like lateness.
Yeah. Did you ever have like ISS or anything like that?
No. I only got detention for like because you had like the 3-strike late
detention.
I was late and like an X amount of times, and I got detention because of that. And I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, basically. I almost got detention once, and it was because I skipped a study hall 3 times.
It's a study hall.
Exactly. I didn't go to it because I went home. It was my senior year.
Oh, so your senior year, you have your car.
Yeah.
Home's right there.
It was my last period anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to go to the guidance counselor and like get it taken off, but she was like, no.
That's
like
bullshit.
Not happening. And then so I went and then I got called down to the principal's office, and he was like, why do you have 3 write-ups for this study hall? And I was like, because it's a study hall. I'm not going to it. It doesn't serve me a purpose.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you're right. And I was like, I know. But then he was like, well, you still have to go because it's on your schedule. You have attendance there. And I was like, but I don't it doesn't cost me credits. So what am I doing? I could be like working.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, go to the guidance counselor. Tell her that I said it's okay for you to drop that class. And I was just like...
That's all it takes.
I was like, okay. And he threw out my write-ups right in front of me. Like,
amazing.
He just put them in the garbage.
That's amazing.
And I was just like, thank you so much.
That's good.
I never got detention.
You never got detention
Never.
ever?
I've never gotten detention.
When did you get sent to the principal's office, though?
The first time I got sent to the principal's office, I was in 2nd grade.
Oh my god.
It wasn't my fault. Literally... Every time that I've gotten in trouble in my life, it hasn't been my fault. Like, it's always like someone else or like something was like misconstrued for it to be my fault, and just everyone believes that it's my fault and won't listen to my side. So in 2nd grade, this kid, Peter, and that's his real name. I'm throwing him under the bus. I don't remember his last name.
Fuck you, Peter from 2nd grade.
Peter from 2nd grade was... Ugh. So one day...
That's all you need to know about Peter.
Exactly. One day, me and my best friend at the time, I'm going to call her Dee. Me and Dee were sitting with Peter.
Yeah.
And he decides to be like, hey guys, look at this. And takes his hands and wraps them around his neck and starts choking himself. And he's like turning red.
Yeah.
And me and Dee are like, Peter, you can't do that. Don't do that. You can't do this. So we take our hands and put it around our neck.
Yeah, being like, you can't do this.
Showing him that this gesture is not okay. That's when our teacher looks at us. And
of course.
To this day, she is one of my favorite teachers. She is the person who made me want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Her name is Miss Bench. And Miss Bench, you, if you're listening to this, you're probably not, because you're probably living your life and being a queen like you are. You really scared me.
You really?
She came over furious. Yelling at us, being like, you cannot do that. Why are you showing him that? Like, all this stuff. And we were trying to be like, no, he did it first. We were trying to tell him that he can't do that. And then she was like, doing this is harmful. You can't do that. And then was like, go to the principal's office right now. I'm calling them and they're expecting you. So me and Dee walk our sorry little asses down to the principal's office, and we get down there and we both look at each other and just start bawling.
Oh no.
Because we've never been in trouble and we didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And so we go to the principal's office, and this is just like the worst. So we sit down and the vice principal comes in and she is just like yelling at us. And she's like, what happened? Why did you do that? I don't understand how do you know what to do? Like, how do you know how to do that? And I was like, we were both trying to tell her that Peter did it. Peter did it first. We were trying to tell him that he can't do that. And she was just like so done with our crying that she was just like, okay, go clean yourselves up, go to the bathroom, stop crying, clean yourself up, go back to class.
Oh my god.
And so we were just like, okay. And so we both went into the bathroom, and then we were both crying, and we were just like, what just happened? Why did this happen?
Oh my god.
And we were only in 2nd grade.
7 or 8 years old.
I know.
Oh wow, that was your like first like taste of injustice in the school system.
And I remember when it happened, I was literally, that cricket really,
like, we get it, boy. You got something to say.
Yes, pissed off.
You want to be heard.
You're heard.
We hear you, all right. Everyone else hears you. You are getting your 15 minutes, guy, Mr. Jiminy.
But yeah, it was just. I remember while it happened, I was just. It was so unfair, and I couldn't. But I got, in 6th grade, the first time I got in trouble, actually in trouble, was in 6th grade, during lunchtime.
Yeah.
I apparently had a pocket knife.
You apparently?
Well, it wasn't a pocket knife. It was technically nail clippers.
Okay.
But it didn't have, like, the nail clippy part. It was just, like, a nail care, like, thingy-mabob.
Like a Swiss Army thing, but for your nails? Like, it had multiple...
Yeah, it was kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Like, it had, like, a scissor attachment to it.
Did it have a knife attachment to it?
It was like a dull blade. It wasn't really a knife, though.
Okay.
But it wasn't mine. Like, that's the issue. They, like, they let me hold it and, like, play with it and stuff to, like, for them to see if I remember it.
Wait, what? Okay, wait. They didn't find it on you or anything.
No, okay. So, hold on. So, what it was this, like, little Swiss Army knife apparently fell out of my pocket when I leaned over at lunch.
Okay, but...
And so a teacher came up to me and picked it up off the ground and goes, excuse me, is this yours? And I looked at it and I was like, no, I never saw that before. And she was like, well, I saw it fall out of your pocket.
What the fuck?
And I was just like, well, it's not mine, so I really don't know. And so she was like, okay, you're coming with me to the principal's office. And I was just like, why? It's not mine.
Yeah.
And she was like, it fell out of your pocket.
What the? So just, like, based on her, like, presumably, like, seeing this thing fall out, it was your word against hers.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
So she brings me to the principal's office. They take me in. They call my mom. Yeah.
They call Diane, huh?
Yeah. So I'm sitting in the waiting room waiting for my mom.
Yeah.
And then once my mom gets there, she's like, what the fuck? Where did you get that? And I was just like, Mom, it's not mine.
You've never seen this before in your life.
Never seen it. I've seen something similar. Like we had something similar at my house.
Yeah. So is there a possibility? Were you wearing your own clothes?
Yeah.
Was there a possibility that it's like, was that the thing from your house that
No.
it wasn't the same thing?
No.
It definitely was not yours.
No.
But, you know, you were the scapegoat.
Yeah.
Huh?
So I go to the principal's office.
Yeah.
And the principal, Miss L, was reaming me.
Yo.
Showing me like all the parts of it.
Yeah.
The like scissors and the little like nail cleaner hook thing.
Yeah.
And she pointed at that and she goes, that's pointy. That can hurt somebody. And then popped out like that blade thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, this can hurt somebody too. And I was like, I don't think that can really cut anything.
I mean, you can hurt anybody with anything if you really try.
Exactly. And then I kept repeating, I was like, but it's not mine.
Yeah.
But it's not mine.
Yeah.
But it's not mine.
But this is pointy.
But it's not mine. So my mom took the principal's side.
Oh no.
Yeah. I had no one for me. Like no one was on my team.
No one was in your corner.
And I think it's because my mom thought it was the one from the house.
Yeah.
So
did you later find the one from the house?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And when we got home, she even told me, "Oh, I believe you. I know it's not yours."
Then why?
She said it was better for everyone if she just agreed with the principal. So I got 8 days of I got 8 days of out of school suspension and 2 days of in school suspension.
Ouchie.
Yeah. And then that year a bunch of snowstorms hit us. So I was out of school for all of the month of February.
Oh my god.
I straight up went to school for like maybe 4 days of February that year.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah. I remember that because remember those bathroom hall passes they would give you?
Yeah.
Like the paper ones with the grid on them?
Yeah, you can only like go to the bathroom a certain amount of times per like
month. Yeah.
They had a card for every like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah. So I got one of those the first day of February.
Yeah.
And then like February 25th I come back from ISS, which is in-school suspension for those of you who don't know, and I look at it and I was like, wow, I haven't used a single card because I wasn't in school.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It was rough.
What'd you do for that month? Did you have a good time at home? Did you?
Yeah, I had a good time. My mom still woke me up every morning like I was in school.
At the same time and everything?
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's why you're such an early bird. Like, you were just trained.
Just traumatized.
You know, speaking about, like, injustice in school.
Yeah.
I think, like, the most unfair thing that ever happened to me in middle school.
Yeah.
Was probably, okay, I remember having this one teacher. He was a social studies teacher.
Okay.
And, like, you know how, like, you would have desks, obviously, and sometimes your seat would change. Like, sometimes you had assigned seats. There was, sometimes, like, the teacher would just arrange, like, different seatings or form the tables a different way. Or, like, if it was in rows, you would just sit in a different seat.
Yeah.
Whatever. So one day, we, like, all change our seats. And, you know, we're like that for a while. Our new assigned seats.
Yeah.
He's standing in front of the class one day, and he's kind of just, I don't know, he was lecturing us about something.
Yeah.
And he's like, have any of you noticed why I've sat you or have arranged your seating the way that you are?
Okay.
And we were like, no, like, we thought it was pretty random. And I mean, for the most part, like, most of us were by our friends.
Right.
And he was like, you see, the way I've arranged your seating is by your grade in my class.
Oh, shit.
Yup.
That's fucked up.
That is really fucked up, because immediately it gave away, you know, everyone's standing position in the class. Not to mention, he put the smartest kids like, or I guess like not, I don't want to say smartest, the best academically marked kids in the front.
Good.
So you know the kids who are like maybe falling a little behind in class or could use the extra help are all the way in the back where
they're not going to be seen or heard.
They're more likely to not pay attention. So I don't know what his goal was other than humiliation. So that was the worst thing that ever happened to me in like justice-wise in middle school.
Yeah.
In middle school.
See, the situation would have been a lot better if he reversed how he seated everybody. If he put the people who had the lowest grade in the front.
And not have told anyone why he did it or what he was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
He was really proud of himself.
That's shameful.
Right.
And I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Oh, that was a rough year.
I always had a really bad time with male teachers.
Mine was
I fought with male teachers.
I had a really bad time with science teachers for some reason.
Yeah. My freshman year science teacher, he and I did not get along.
Yeah?
Yeah, we argued a lot. I just, like, everything he said I disagreed with. And it was just, like, one of those things where it was just, like, something about you I hate, and I'm never gonna respect you. But,
oh my God.
Yeah.
I had a fucking science teacher that bullied me. She, like, actually, like, once, like, while my back was turned in class, imitated the way I walked in front of the entire class. And once asked me while I was sat down, like, she said, I don't know how you have friends with a face like that.
Our school systems really really kick ass.
I mean, she wasn't calling me ugly. She was just basically saying I had a bitchy fucking face. And I was like, this is my first class of the day. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry if my face isn't as
cheery as you want.
Exactly.
I was called a bitch in front of an entire class behind my back.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah. So my senior year gym teacher.
Yeah.
He and I did not get along. He was just something else. He was one of those gym teachers that is really about the gym and really about gains and like his catchphrase was keep it tight and right.
Nice.
Just so
what you want.
He just all he talked about was how hot his wife was, how he's number one, his number is number one, his son's number is number one.
Your gym teacher was Switty Werberman-Jensen, huh?
Basically.
All right, go on.
So he and I argued a lot, and I hated phys ed.
Yeah.
I found no purpose in it. They taught me nothing. They literally would tell me, you can play a game of basketball, or you can walk around in a circle for 45 minutes. I don't really give a fuck, as long as you're in a white t-shirt and gym shorts.
And sneakers. Don't forget the sneakers.
Can't have open toes walking around. God forbid. So
really toned legs in school.
So I would choose to, instead of playing basketball or walking around, I would choose to sit in a corner.
Yeah.
Until a teacher came up to me and told me to walk.
Yeah.
And then I would until I couldn't see them anymore and sit down.
In the corner. Yeah.
So he and I would fight about how I want to do something productive and I want to learn how to physically take care of my body. Like we're supposed to be learning.
Yeah.
And he thought that was kind of hogwash, mishmash, posh, whatever. Like, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So one day, we had quarterly exams for every class, including gym class. The dumbest thing ever. Because you would learn one stupid fucking game. We learned a lot about pickleball. Oh, so much about pickleball. Pickleball was named after their dog.
I will never, it's like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Like, it's a fact that has been forever, like, ingrained into my fucking brain for the rest of eternity.
I absolutely cannot. So, we were studying as a class for the quarterly exam, and he was basically giving us the answers. Yeah. And all we had to do was repeat it back to him. Mm-hmm. And so I kept doing as we were supposed to, repeating it back to him.
Okay.
He stopped in the middle of it and points at me and goes, "All right, you. If you know everything so much, go take a lap. You don't need to know this."
What? Why?
And so I was like, "Excuse me? Like, I'm just answering I'm answering the questions. Like, I don't know. And he was like, yeah, you know everything, so go.
Okay.
So I was just like, okay. I got up, I took my stuff, and I went into the like lap area where we would walk around. And then, like 5 minutes later, the entire class basically comes up to me and was like, did you hear what he said about you? And I was like, what did he say about me? Like, he couldn't have said much. And and so one of the girls goes, he called you a little bitch.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And said that you're annoying and know everything. And I was just like, oh, okay, so he wants to play like that.
Oh,
so I let it, like, sit for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then one day, he and I, like, it was, like, me, this girl that I was best friends with at the time.
Yeah.
And then, like, my gym teacher and then her gym teacher.
Yeah.
And, like, I said something to him, and I was like, hey, do you remember that time that you called me a bitch to the whole class? And he was just like, what? I never said that. And I was just like, did you though? But did you? Because I had multiple girls come up to me minutes after you said it, saying that you were talking shit about me behind my back.
Yeah.
That's rude, disrespectful, and unprofessional.
Nice.
And he was like, Dana, I have no idea what you're talking about. I never said that. I would never say that about you.
Bullshit.
And then turns to the other gym teacher and goes, this is just the relationship we have. We're goofing. And walks away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not playing around.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Just the relationship that we have.
Yeah.
Totally normal relationship for a gym teacher and his young female student to have.
No, we shouldn't have any relationship, honestly. I don't want a relationship with you, you fucking creep.
We're breaking up.
Forever, goodbye.
But yeah, that was...
And then, do you remember junior year, the substitute teacher for our history teacher?
Do I ever?
Mr. P.
Do I ever?
He and I really had it out.
You guys didn't get along.
No.
Very well.
I'm telling you, me and male teachers we didn't click.
Something about male authority just really just grinds your fucking gears.
Yeah, honestly, it punches me in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
And I think my, like, ego just has to up them because I can smell their, like, fragile masculinity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm here to crush you. Like, I have to crush them. So he and I, from the get-go, did not get along.
Yeah. I
hated him from the minute I saw him.
From the moment I laid my eyes on him.
And I honestly think he hated me from the minute he saw me because I think I don't want to, like, toot my own horn, but, like, I think he was threatened by me because I have such RBF, and
yeah.
I just was at a stage in my life where I really did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
And so the one moment that really, really, really stands out to me with him is I had a migraine.
Yeah.
It was like 90 degrees up there. We were in the second story that didn't have air conditioning in that wing because why would our school have air conditioning?
God forbid.
And multiple kids at this point in the class had moved their seat closer to the window because it was so goddamn hot in that class.
Mm-hmm.
So I raise my hand and I say, excuse me, can I move to the window? It's really hot where I am. I have a migraine.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, you can stay right where you are. And I go, well, why did you just let 4 other people move and I can't move?
Did they ask?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone asked.
Yeah.
And he said yes to everyone moving.
Okay. And I remember how hot it used to get in that classroom.
Yeah,
too,
it was brutal.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I don't understand why I can't.
Yeah.
And he was just like, no, you are staying where you are. And I was just like, okay. And then this lovely kid tells me, hey, do you want to take my seat? Like, we'll switch seats. Like, it's fine. And I was like, okay, hey, can I switch seats with him? He just offered. And he goes, no, you're going to stay right where you are.
All right, guy. Wow. Really just unnecessarily exercising his authority over you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, another girl who just moved to the window goes, all right, Dana, take my seat. I'll come back to my seat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my original seat. And he yells.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, God.
She is staying in her seat, or she can go to the principal's office.
He's just really set on you, like, not fucking moving your seat.
Yeah. So the girl behind me goes, the principal's office has air conditioning. So I like perk up and I was like, oh shit, she's right. So I grabbed my stuff and I was like, catch me in the principal's office, and I dipped. And then I go down and they're like, why are you here? And I was like, I got kicked out. I was trying to move my seat. And they were just like, all right, sit down. They get a call. And then the woman I just talked to goes, are you Dana? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, yeah, she's here.
That's my favorite.
And I was
That's
just
the
like,
best.
oh my God, okay. And then so I just like sat there until the bell rang and I left. But then another time with him was another girl was on her phone. She was literally talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And it was like the 5 minutes left of class where like no one does everything. Everyone's standing waiting for the bell to ring.
Yeah.
And so my mom calls me.
Okay.
And I at this time was freshly out of living at her house, and her and I were just on like better terms and stuff.
Yeah.
And so she calls me and I was just like, hell yeah, I'm answering this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's my mom. I'm not gonna not answer it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I answer and I'm like, hey mom, what's up? Like, I turn my back to him to make it look like I'm just like talking to my friend. And he calls me out and he's like, Dana, hang up the phone. And I was like, no, it's my mom.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't care, you're in class. And I was like, class is over. And he goes, the bell didn't ring. And I was like, you're not teaching anymore. Class is over. I'm on the phone with my mom.
Yeah.
And he goes, get out of my class. And I was like, okay. So I'm like on the mom, and I was like, what's up, mom? And she was like, and like as I'm like leaving class, she's like, are you in class right now? And I was like, yeah, but there's like 5 minutes left, and I just got kicked out anyway. And she was like, get off of the phone and go back in class, you asshole.
Why did she call you?
She wanted to talk to me about something,
Yeah.
but she didn't realize that like I was like still in class. And so I was just like, all right, I'll talk to you later, love you. And so like as I'm like saying this, I'm like, the door's now closed and I'm just like looking into the classroom on my phone. I hang up and walk back in and I was like, sorry about that. And I like went back to my seat and he was just like shaking his head, like so pissed off.
So like visibly like.
Yeah. And I was just like, fuck you. Like, it's my mom. I don't see her. Like, eat one.
Like you like proverbially like bent him over and fucked him in front of the class.
Yeah. And then when our actual teacher came back, like the first day she came back, she called me up to her desk and she goes, so I heard you and Mr. P really didn't get along.
Oof.
And I was like, yeah, we had some issues. And then she goes, yeah, I got emails a lot about you.
Oh boy.
And I was just like, I've never heard that sentence before. No teacher has ever complained about me, like, to the extent of writing it to, like, my actual teacher or, like, a higher authority or something. Like, I've never been in that situation. And I was like, oh my God, like, he really hated me.
Were you flattered?
Kind of.
That was, like, your first hater?
Kind of, yeah. And, like, even the kids in the class were, like, backing me up while she was talking to me. And they were like, yeah, they, like, did not get along. Like, he had it out for her. Like, they fought all the time. And it was just, and, like, everyone backed me up. They were just like, yeah, for some reason, they just did not get along. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, something about him just really ticked me off. And she was like, all right, well, I'm glad to know everything's okay, but, like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, it's fine. Like, just please never have a child again.
Wow. School is rough. School was like so many firsts.
So many firsts.
Including like getting your fucking driver's license, am I right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, wasn't that a fucking
That's all I looked forward to.
That's it, because like once you get your license, once you get a car, the world
is yours.
It expands tenfold.
100%.
But like getting there, getting the license, that's just
a little rough. It's a little rough.
Do you remember your first driving test?
Yeah. Well, my first time driving, period.
Yeah.
I tried to use both of my feet.
No. One for the brake, one for the gas?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And she quickly was like, excuse me, don't do that. She was like, it's one foot, it's your right foot. You switch back and forth. You can't do that.
Oh, my God.
Because that's illegal.
That's illegal.
But to this day,
my grandma used to drive.
To this day, I don't know why you can't. If you can master it, I don't see why not. I feel like it's a good leg workout. Like,
I feel like maybe if you were in the situation where you had to have like a quick reaction, your snap reaction might be to just put both feet down at once.
Maybe.
And I don't know what would happen if you did that in a car. I've never tried.
You would probably shortstop so hard.
Maybe. You'd open up a black hole or something.
Let's try it.
Let's do it right now. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening.
But yeah, no. So the first time I was driving, I tried to use both my feet. And I almost killed someone, but that's not my fault. It was Lakewood. People are just everywhere in Lakewood.
Walking targets,
100%.
Just kidding. I'm not suggesting that's a good idea at all. Please don't.
Don't take anything we say seriously. Disclaimer.
Never.
But my actual driving test for my license, I cried within the first minute of it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
What?
So I had to do the parallel parking first. And I did it perfectly. I drove up, nice, calm, cool, collected. I did the back up, turn in, here we go. Did it perfectly.
Yeah.
And then on my way out, I hit a cone.
No.
And I almost knocked it over. And I kept driving. And then I started panicking. So I started hyperventilating.
Oh.
And then I started crying. And literally, I had tears in my eyes. And I was just like, fuck.
Oh, no.
And the guy was just like, okay, so go up here. And he looked absolutely terrified. And I was absolutely terrified. And I think he pity passed me.
Yeah.
Because I was certain that I failed.
Yeah.
Because I was told if you hit a cone, even tap it, you're
automatic.
Done. You're done, so not happening.
That's it.
And I really think my reaction scared him. And it was just if this girl fails, she's gonna blow up. So he just he passed me, and I was just like, how the fuck did I pass that? There's no way. But I'm a decently good driver, so
you've never killed me.
No, I
so
almost
by
killed.
My standards.
I almost killed you once.
Almost.
Do you remember that when we were in Mabel, and we were coming off of an exit, and I was going way too fast, and then I almost hit the guardrail type thing.
Yeah.
And I lost my hubcap.
I remember that. That's when we went to the Freehold Mall.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I ever drove with you, though. Right? No, that was our first long trip. I think,
that was our first
school,
trip.
We did some things, but
that was our first trip.
And Freehold's a good
40 minutes away.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was something.
My
we survived.
We survived.
We did it.
My driving test?
Yeah.
I did pretty okay on the parallel parking.
Okay.
That was my biggest concern.
Yeah.
And then you know how you have to drive down a road for a little bit, then turn around.
Yeah.
You gotta bust out a K-turn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, a K-turn is a 3-point turn.
Yeah.
And it also resembles the letter K in a way.
Yes.
So when he told me to turn around and do the K-turn, I don't know what happened. My mind short-circuited.
Okay.
It was kind of like that SpongeBob episode where he deleted everything from his memory.
And everyone's running around in flames trying to find all the files.
So I start backing up, as I think you're supposed to do, when you're doing a K-turn.
Yeah.
But then from there I pulled up a little bit, and I was like, no. And I hit reverse, and I backed up a little bit, and I was like, fuck, okay. And I was like, I don't know. I ended up turning a 3-point turn into a 17-point turn.
Oh shit, okay.
So we drive back to the base, the airport base, which is where they did the driving test thingy. And we're sitting there, and he's kind of evaluating everything that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, parallel parking fine, this, that, fine. And then when he got to the K-turn section, he was like, that wasn't a K-turn. I don't know what that was.
Oh my god.
Like, I literally completely forgot what the letter K even looked like. Like,
You're like trying to draw it in your head. You're like, okay, I have to go long ways, and then I have to go up, and then I have to go sideways down.
my brain overcomplicated the shit out of
yeah.
this goddamn letter, okay?
Yeah.
But he's like, well, you're allowed to fail one thing, so you're good. You pass. And I think I was honestly on the verge of tears myself, so.
Honestly, I think that's the best way to do it. It's just like cry your way into things.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's life.
That's
honestly.
how many a person's gotten out of a speeding ticket, so.
That's how wars are won. Is it?
Who?
Exactly.
But yeah, that was my experience. Got my license, haven't hurt anyone.
Thank God.
Thank God.
What was your first car?
My first car.
Mm-hmm.
My first car actually ended up being like my childhood dream first car.
Yes.
Like I don't know how it happened, but I striked out I found this beautiful, with the help of my family, of course. My family's great. Like they helped me out so much. They helped me find this 2004 lime green Volkswagen Beetle. I ended up naming him Gravy. Full name was It's All Gravy, Baby.
Icon.
It came with yellow flowers and a little vase by the steering.
It came with the yellow flowers?
Oh, it came with it. Like that
Mine
car,
didn't come with flowers.
Mine came with flowers. And it was a car, you know, straight out of the early 2000s, you know? Like carpet interior, like it was just great.
Yeah.
A little car. It was
Lovely.
a perfect little first. It felt like I was driving a toy car half the time.
Yeah, I loved your car, honestly.
And now you have a Volkswagen Beetle.
I do have a Volkswagen Beetle.
We both had a Volkswagen Beetle at one point. That was the
know.
best when we both had a Volkswagen Beetle. We were just like the fucking Beetle squad.
For like the 2 weeks that we had Volkswagen
And then mine died.
Yeah. Only one of us can have a Volkswagen at a time.
There can only be one.
So, yeah. So currently I have a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
Her name is Betty.
Beautiful girl.
She's a black Beetle.
Black Betty.
Ooh, black Betty. But my first car before her was Mabel. And Mabel was a 1994 Toyota Tercel, turquoise, with sparkly paint.
She treated us so well.
So well.
Literally.
She had push down locks, roll down windows, crank down windows.
Crank down windows.
And for my guests, it was always a treat. Because when they sat in my passenger seat, they had to strap themselves in not once, but twice. Because she didn't have just a regular cross the shoulder and waist seatbelt.
Nope.
She had one that goes across the shoulder that you buckle up.
Yep.
And then another one that goes across your waist that you buckle across. Obviously.
She made you work for it.
She really made me work for it, honestly.
We decked the fuck out of that little car.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
She was a sweet little thing. We put glow-in-the-dark stars on the roof of her, and it really it made everything so much better.
It spruced her up real nice.
Yeah. The glow-in-the-dark did not last.
No. I
And
didn't really see light that much.
no, they slowly but surely fell off one by one. And at one point, I looked up at my roof and I was like, I don't even know when half of these fell off. And when I had to clean her out to get my new car, I was finding like little stars all over the floor. And I was like, oh my God, like this is just where they fell.
Yep.
Laid to die.
Shooting stars.
But yeah, despite her breaking down and trying to kill me sometimes, she was a great car. She served her purpose. She did well. And now she's sitting out in front of my house.
Yeah.
Just rotting away.
Kind of like this really weird, like,
Monument.
grave site. Monument. Yeah, that's a good word
She's
for it.
She's basically a monument.
We should put, like, a tiara on her or something.
Oh my God.
Can we?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah, kind of.
We can make one.
You can make a tiara.
Okay.
You can make a fucking construction paper tiara wouldn't weather very well.
No, probably not. We'll figure it out. Maybe foam?
Our first car tiara.
First time making a car tiara. It's the title of this podcast.
First time. Car tiaras and beyonds.
There we go.
But, yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap it up for the night.
She said it. She said it best.
We've talked about a lot.
We've rambled on for a good hour and change now.
We've talked about a lot of our firsts. Maybe we could do another episode sometime of more of our firsts.
Our second episode of firsts.
And this is our first episode of firsts.
Let it be known.
Wait for our second episode of seconds.
It's our ongoing series.
Yes. It just multiplies every time. But thank you for sticking around and listening. If you've gotten this far in the podcast,
Congratulations.
you've won this cricket chirping for 10 seconds.